of Jenni. Getting the last minute towel down as she's walked forward for Declan Bates. Pride of Jenni goes in. And here's Dom de Shoots to complete the line. The All-Star Mile, the richest mile race on turf. All-Star Mile 6 about to get underway. And they're racing. And Puntura anticipated the start and got a flyer early, the Kiwi, with a tractable the inside. Pride of Jenni is pushing up. Ayrton isn't too far away. And where's Buffalo River at this stage? About 7th and looking to force forward. Pride of Jenni using plenty of the track. A tractable led with 1,200 metres to go, but Pride of Jenni is going to take over and lead. Buffalo River, as it usually does, is surging up, and Desert Lightning's going to get the 1-1 in 4th place. A length and a half, Holy Mans and Puntura. They were followed by midfield, Dom de Shoot, 3 wide around Ayrton, pinstriped. A length, Mr. Brightside, who's 3rd last, dragged back from gate 11. 2.5 lengths, Munamek and Cascadian last. Pride of Jenni, they've run it hard. 850 metres to go by 2 lengths to Buffalo River, a brutal tempo. 3 further back, a tractable, a length and a quarter, Desert Lightning niggled at. They were followed by Holy Man's Puntura. Then came Dom de Shoot, pinstriped Ayrton. Mr. Brightside would be at least 15 off the lead, maybe 20. 2 further back in the field, Munamek and Cascadian. So it's Pride of Jenni coming up towards the corner at the 400 metres. 2 lengths in front. From in 2nd place, Buffalo River in its slipstream. 4 lengths away, Holy Mans, and then came a tractable pinstripe. Mr. Brightside brought to the outside. 7 or 8 off Pride of Jenni, who still paddles in front, but we know she keeps going at the 200. Pride of Jenni, 3 lengths Buffalo River. Now Mr. Brightside and Cascadian coming, but it's still Pride of Jenni. 100 to go. There's no stopping her. What a performance. Pride of Jenni wins by 2 lengths, Mr. Brightside, Cascadian. She has run them into the ground. They were followed by Buffalo River, Ayrton, Dom de Shoot, Holy Man's Desert Lightning, pinstriped. Munamek tractable, and Puntura has finished last of all.
There's no catching her. Pride of Jenni wins the 6th edition of the All-Star Mile. Tears for the owner-ambassador, who's been part of the Pride of Jenni story for 48 hours and will walk away $100,000 richer. And Kieran Maher, the latest trophy to head towards his burgeoning cabinet is the All-Star Mile. 12, 1, 2 and 6. The cream rose, as we anticipated it might, given the composition of this year's race. Pride of Jenni, the Empire, the champions, and now strikes at the All-Star Mile. She's gone 3 wins in a row at the highest possible grade in this state at 1,600 metres. Mr. Brightside gallant. He had an enormous task to try and go back-to-back. He runs on into 2nd. He'll be on song for the Australian Cup. And Cascadian flies once again. He might have another duel to defend his title in the Australian Cup in a couple of weeks' time. Buffalo River, out to 1,600 metres, continues what's been a wonderful preparation thus far, running on into 4th. 1:35.22 they've run in the All-Star Mile, so they're just a second outside Fields of Omar's track record, but it was searing as expected, and Pride of Jenni stands tallest. 12.126, it's Pride of Jenni's All-Star Mile.
Huge congratulations to Declan Bates and Kieran Maher. They had a plan, they executed it to perfection, and the stoushes that Brightside and Jenni are having, it's going to be in racing folklore. It's sort of pretty even at the moment, Michael, but great ride from Declan Bates. He had a game plan, he took it, he chose the right part in the straight, and she never really looked like losing.
No, she never did. She never goes any slower than in the straight hut. She gets to her top speed from the 800 to the 400 and can maintain it, which she did today. And the best thing about Mr. Brightside, take my hat off to him, how good he went, was there's a bit of scenario B and C that we said this morning where he was going to be midfield, get some cover, which he did, but then take something back to the scenario C where he'd have to come to the outside and get around, and by doing that you get flushed out here on the corner at Caulfield, as we all know, and it gives you another 2.5 lengths to make up, which he couldn't on her.
Yeah, well, the thing is barriers. Barriers still make a big difference. He draws in and he's alongside. He can probably track her in the race. So
barriers win races.
It's a huge factor. That is taking absolutely nothing away from the winner, Pride of Jenni, because it didn't matter where she draws, she was going to have those tactics.
And a great training performance from Kieran Maher to resist having another run in between. Having had the 1,400 first up, have a trial, come to this race, because for a horse to perform at the speed as what she's done from a long way out, you need to be at the peak of your powers, fitness-wise, because if there's any chink in your armour, you will get found out riding like that. But Declan knew he was on a fit horse. He knew he was on a mare that would continue to fight. And she hasn't just won. She's won by 2 lengths.
She won
and
by...
they're all there to beat her. She went hard. It hasn't as though we've had a day where the track has been advantageous to be up on speed. There's been no win. There's no excuses for the others. She's simply been too fast from start to finish.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. The wind's not there today. The inside hard round may not be great. I'll concede that. But he's chosen the path. He's cut out the running. And, yeah, like I said, if you're going to blame anything with Brightside, it's probably the barrier. It just made Craig Williams had to make a couple of decisions early, Michael, and that's been, you know, that's made it harder for him.
It sure has. The thing that you do not need to worry about with Kieran, his training, is his facilities. So you never need to worry about when they're first up. You never need to worry about when they've had a break between runs. He's got that many facilities that makes it better.
What about the ride this horse has taken for Declan Bates? He wins 2 Group 1s in the space of a week at Flemington. And for a rider that doesn't get the opportunities as many of the other jockeys in the room, this is just huge for him. And we're now going to have a chat to him. He's just going to weigh out and then he'll make it official before coming back out. But this horse has really elevated him to being the top echelon, riding in these premier races and showing that with the right cattle and the right scenario, he's more than capable to do it.
I agree. And like I said, these two have had great battles. You know, this has been fantastic. Now, the owner ambassador was very animated yesterday, Jane, when she got, of course, Pride of Jenni. I bet she's feeling pretty good now.
Never in doubt.
Sharon Whitehead with me, and I imagine that those last couple of minutes must have been incredibly exciting for you. Tell me what you were thinking